Let's get one thing straight right now. The real threat is not the person who glares at you from across the room. It is the one who smiles sweetly, laughs at your jokes, and maybe even brings you coffee, while secretly wishing you were gone for good. Sounds dramatic, maybe, but truth is often stranger, and way scarier than fiction. Right now, someone in your life could be plotting your downfall, and you would never suspect a thing until it is too late. See, hatred is easy to spot, but murderous intent that wears a mask, a polite, charming, Instagram-filtered mask, that is a different animal entirely. And the scariest part is this. Most people miss the signs until they are already in the damage zone. This video is not about fear. It is about survival and clear thinking. What you are about to learn are 5 chilling but often overlooked signs that someone does not just dislike you, they want you gone, like permanently out of the picture, gone. These are not hunches or conspiracy theories. They are real behaviors backed by psychological patterns, and recognizing them could save your life or someone else's. I will name the 5 signs in plain language so you can recognize them without getting lost in jargon. We will talk about the silent observer, the saboteur strategy, the false friend facade, escalating aggression, and the patient predator. Each one is a pattern. Patterns can be learned. Learning is power. If this channel has helped you think more clearly before, hit subscribe on Stoic Ocean and leave a comment with one word. Watching, ready, or here, so I know you are in this with me. Before we dive into the dark stuff, do yourself that favor, because after this, you may never look at friendly the same way again. We will walk the 5 signs slowly, with examples, with philosophy that serves your peace, and with practical language you can use tomorrow. If you need to pause, pause. If you need to write a name down, write it. If you need to breathe, breathe. Your safety is not a race. Ready? Let's begin. I am not here to turn you into suspicion. I am here to sharpen your attention, because Stoicism is not blind optimism. It is clear seeing, then calm action. When you can name what is happening, you stop confusing anxiety with imagination. That matters because the smiling enemy counts on your politeness, your reluctance to make a scene, and your habit of giving strangers the benefit of the doubt. Sign 1. The silent observer. Let's start with one of the most chilling and dangerously overlooked signs that someone in your life may not just hate you, but wants you gone. I call it the silent observer. This is not just a passive social media lurker, or the neighborhood gossip with too much time on their hands. No, this is something far more deliberate, calculated, and sinister. These people do not just watch you, they study you. They memorize your schedule, analyze your routines, and collect information with a kind of precision that feels more like military reconnaissance than casual curiosity. And they do it so subtly, so quietly, that most people do not even notice until it is too late. Think about this for a second. Someone knows your coffee order, even though you have never had a conversation about it. They appear at your local park, at your gym, at the grocery store, but always at the same time as you. It feels coincidental until it does not. What makes this especially dangerous is the fact that it often goes unnoticed because we have been trained to dismiss subtle patterns as paranoia. But predators rely on that hesitation. They weaponize your self-doubt. Notice the difference between healthy caution and constant panic. Caution is focused. It points at a pattern, then asks for evidence. Panic is foggy. It screams at everything, then leaves you exhausted. The silent observer wants you stuck in fog, so you never take the clean step of documentation, distance, and support. Also, remember the digital trail you leave without thinking. Location tags, check-ins, story timestamps, public calendars, even a habit of posting "on my way" can become a map. A Stoic does not live in fear of technology, but does treat privacy like a boundary worth defending. I once heard of a woman named Christine, a mid-level manager who dismissed the odd timing of her ex-boyfriend's presence at her usual haunts. They had broken up months before. She thought maybe he was just struggling to move on, but as time passed, she noticed he was not just around. He knew where she would be before she got there. She had changed gyms, taken a new route to work, even started using different grocery stores, but every time he reappeared. No confrontation, no threats, just quiet, consistent surveillance. Her friends brushed it off as obsession, but what they missed, and what she finally realized, was that it was not obsession. It was premeditation. This kind of behavior is not about reconciliation or closure. It is about control. It is about eliminating uncertainty before making a move. You can picture a quieter version of this at work, too. A colleague who always happens to be in the break room when you are, who remembers your deadlines better than you do, who never makes a scene, but always knows your next step. That is not teamwork. That is pattern collection. If you are wondering how far to take this without becoming bitter, think in terms of boundaries, not accusations. You are not required to diagnose someone in public. You are required to protect your days. Sometimes protection looks like a new gym time. Sometimes it looks like not sharing your calendar. Sometimes it looks like telling a friend, "Do not tell them where I am." Those are not dramatic moves. They are adult moves. And if someone reacts with rage because you got boring to track, that reaction is information. Healthy people adjust. Hungry people punish. Philosophers like Epictetus often warned against the assumption that appearances are harmless. He taught that the wise person is not merely watchful of others, but vigilant about their own sense of peace and order. When something disrupts that order, especially in the form of a person who seems to know too much or appears too often without reason, it is time to investigate, not excuse. We live in a hyper-connected world, where surveillance does not require a van parked outside your home. It requires access through social media, mutual friends, routines, and habits we do not guard closely enough. And the most dangerous people are not the ones who lash out publicly, but those who smile politely while cataloging your every move. If you want a plain checklist, here it is, without theatrics. Do you see repeated overlap that does not make sense? Do they know details you never offered? Do they treat your boundaries like suggestions? Do they get oddly irritated when you change plans? Do they ask where you will be, not once, but often? None of these alone is a courtroom case. Together, they are a pattern. Patterns are what wise people respect. Also, stop shaming yourself for not noticing sooner. Manipulation is designed to feel normal at first. That is the point. Your job is not to be omniscient. Your job is to update fast when new information arrives. That is Stoicism in one sentence. Reality first. Pride second, comfort third. Another mistake is trying to win socially. You do not need the room to vote on your fear. You need your life to stay intact. Sometimes the winning move is boring. It is distance. It is a locked account. It is a new route. It is a support network that believes your facts. This is not about fear. It is about discernment. The Stoics taught that wisdom begins with clear observation and ends with decisive action. If someone repeatedly appears in your life without a clear reason, especially when you have made no effort to invite them in, that is not fate. It is a red flag. Pay attention to those patterns. Question the coincidences, and above all, listen to your instincts. Your discomfort is not overthinking. It is insight. Insight is quiet. It does not need a crowd. It needs you to take it seriously enough to act. When your soul feels unsettled, do not second-guess it. Honor it. Because sometimes the scariest people are not the ones who threaten you directly. They are the ones who study you in silence, waiting for the moment you are not paying attention. That is why you practice paying attention on purpose, not because you are paranoid, because you love your life enough to protect it. If you want more Stoic tools for reading people without paranoia, Stoic Ocean is where we do this slowly and carefully, one video at a time. Let me say one more thing about the silent observer, because people confuse it with social anxiety. Social anxiety imagines threat everywhere. Observation finds threat in repeated evidence. If you are anxious, you can still ask practical questions. Has this happened more than once? Did I invite this closeness? Does this person respect a no? Does the situation get weirder when I set a boundary? Those questions turn fog into a path. Sign 2. The Saboteur Strategy. Here is a disturbing fact. Studies in social psychology have shown that when a person hears a lie about someone else, even if it is later proven false, their perception of that person is still negatively affected. That is how powerful suggestion is, and that is exactly what makes the saboteur strategy so dangerous. When someone wants more than just revenge, when they are not content with you being hurt, but want you isolated, they begin to wage war not just against you, but against your entire support system. This is not petty gossip. It is a quiet campaign of character assassination orchestrated with such subtlety that by the time you realize what is happening, the damage has already been done. They move like shadows, whispering things in the right ears at just the right moments. To your boss, they hint you are unreliable. To your friends, they imply you have changed or become toxic. They never make a full accusation. That would be too obvious. Instead, they plant seeds. Seeds of suspicion, doubt, misunderstanding. If you have ever watched a rumor spread in a workplace, you know how little it needs to grow. It does not need truth. It needs repetition, tone, and timing. One awkward meeting becomes unstable. One missed message becomes unreliable. One honest boundary becomes difficult. The saboteur does not need to win the argument. They need to make people hesitate before they help you. And because each incident seems isolated, each situation unrelated, no one realizes they are part of something larger. Even you may begin to question your own stability. After all, why does everything seem to be falling apart at the same time? That is the essence of this strategy. Calculated fragmentation. These individuals do not act out of impulse. They act with intent. They orchestrate conflicts to make you look unstable. They pull strings behind the scenes to ensure that you are discredited in both professional and personal spaces. They pose as victims, or worse, as concerned allies, while they quietly unravel the trust others have in you. Their goal is not simply to damage your image. It is to cut you off from your lifelines, to ensure that when they finally strike hardest, you are standing alone. From a Stoic lens, this tactic is especially insidious because it targets the very thing that Stoicism teaches us to cultivate: inner strength supported by rational clarity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." But when a saboteur is at work, the obstacle is not a challenge to grow from. It is a toxic fog that clouds your path. And if you are not careful, you start reacting instead of reflecting. You get pulled into the drama, trying to prove your innocence, explain your actions, or clear your name, only to discover that the more you speak, the more suspicious you seem. That is why awareness is your first defense. Do not chase every rumor. Instead, anchor yourself in evidence. Preserve your integrity, but also protect yourself strategically. If you feel the urge to explain yourself to everyone, slow down. Explanation is not the same as evidence. Explanation often feeds the fog. Evidence is boring, dated, and specific. Evidence is what holds when emotions swing. Document everything: emails, messages, timelines. Keep your truth sharp and your circle intentional. Most importantly, remember what the Stoics and Scripture both affirm. Character is revealed over time, not only in moments of chaos. People may be swayed for a while, But the truth, like the soul, has a way of enduring. So when someone moves like a phantom behind your conflicts, always near but never named, it is time to stop giving them the benefit of the doubt. You are not just facing a manipulator. You are confronting a strategist of destruction, and the first step to winning that battle is refusing to play their game. If you want a simple rule for the Saboteur chapter, stop trying to win the crowd. Start trying to protect the record. The record is emails. The record is dates. The record is what was said and what was not said. Crowds swing. Records stabilize you. Another painful truth is that some people will not believe you until danger becomes obvious. That does not mean you were wrong earlier. It means humans hate updating their story. Your job is not to force belief. Your job is to keep your integrity and your safety linked. Also watch for triangulation. The saboteur loves triangles. They whisper to A about B, then watch you chase explanations. The Stoic move is to shrink the triangle. Speak minimally, factually, to the right ears. Do not audition for your life in a group chat. If you are dealing with this at work, document professionally. If you are dealing with this in family, document carefully and lean on sane witnesses. If you are dealing with this in a community, remember reputations recover when truth has receipts. Panic makes you loud. Truth makes you steady. Steady is harder to destroy. One more note, because people ask this in comments. What if I am wrong about someone? Being wrong is possible. That is why we use patterns, not one moment. That is why we use safety steps, not public shaming. You can distance quietly. You can stop offering information. You can consult someone trained. You can test reality without declaring war. Stoicism does not demand certainty. It demands humility and courage together. Humility says, I could be mistaken. Courage says, I will still protect myself while I learn. Those two sentences can live in the same mind. If you are taking notes mentally, that is good. Stoic Ocean is built for people who prefer proof over panic. Stay with me. Sign 3. The false friend. Facade. Here is where things get especially dark. The third sign, and perhaps the most deceptive, that someone does not just hate you, but may be quietly planning your downfall, is the false friend facade. It is one of the oldest tactics in human history, and still one of the hardest to see coming. So let me be very clear about what we are doing in this section. We are not teaching you to fear every new friend. We are teaching you to notice speed without substance. We are teaching you to notice intimacy without consistency. We are teaching you to notice help that feels like a hook. Those are different problems than normal awkward friendship. Normal awkward friendship stumbles, apologizes, and adjusts. False friendship pushes, collects, and keeps score in silence. We have been conditioned to believe that kindness is always a virtue, that warmth and closeness are signs of loyalty. But when someone suddenly pivots from distant acquaintance to deeply invested friend, especially without any clear reason or emotional history, it is time to pay attention, not celebrate. These individuals are not trying to earn your trust. They are building access. What seems like concern is often a calculated performance. They start asking detailed questions about your schedule, your relationships, your fears, even your past traumas. They ask in a tone that sounds caring, like they are the only one who truly understands you. They remember tiny details you mentioned once, then bring them back later, like proof of devotion. They push for intimacy faster than trust has been built. They get weirdly offended if you keep anything private. They want names, dates, wounds, and weak spots. But they do not want to help you heal. They are gathering intelligence. They become close to your family, start hanging around your workspace, maybe even help with your errands or personal affairs. Their goal is not support. It is surveillance. And every secret you share becomes another tool in their toolbox, another piece of leverage, another vulnerability to exploit. What makes this so sinister is that it feels good at first. you are finally being seen. Someone wants to listen, understand, help. But behind that comforting presence is a cold, strategic mind, mapping your world with the precision of a surgeon. They are not building a friendship, they are designing the most efficient route to access every soft spot in your life. Picture someone who brings soup when you are sick, but later uses your illness as proof you are unstable. Picture someone who offers rides, but always learns your routes, your hours, your alone time. That is not care mixed with clumsiness. That is access with a purpose. From a Stoic perspective, this is especially chilling. Seneca warned, "A friend is someone you trust with your soul, but trust," he said, "must be earned, not given freely to anyone who smiles and listens." The Stoics taught that discernment, sophrosina, or wise moderation, was the key to emotional safety. If someone rushes into your life, if their interest feels too intense, too sudden, or too personal, you must stop and examine. What do they really want? It is easy to mistake familiarity for friendship, but predators know that too. They will mirror your language, echo your emotions, even share vulnerable stories of their own, just enough to lower your defenses. Meanwhile, they are filing away your information, like a spy building a target profile. And because they are wrapped in charm and empathy, no one around you suspects a thing, not even you, until it is too late. So here is what to do. Slow the relationship down. Guard your privacy like your peace depends on it, because it does. Ask yourself why someone suddenly wants access to parts of your life they have never cared about before. True friendship grows gradually, but sabotage hides in speed. Trust is not just about who makes you feel safe. It is about who keeps you safe when your back is turned. The false friend does not just want your loyalty, they want your weaknesses, and the moment they collect enough, they will know exactly where to strike. So yes, be kind, be warm, but be wise. Because when evil wears a friendly face, it is not connection. It is camouflage. One more layer matters here, because people confuse charm with character. Character shows up when there is no audience. Character shows up when you say no. Character shows up when you are inconvenient. A false friend often has amazing public warmth and private pressure. They compliment you loudly, then quietly collect your secrets. They volunteer help, then later imply you owe them access to your life. They act hurt if you set boundaries, because boundaries interrupt harvesting. If you feel guilty for saying no to someone who overwhelms you, ask yourself who trained that guilt. Real friends survive a slow yes. Predators hate a slow yes. If you are learning this because you feel a little too seen lately, save this video for later, hit subscribe on Stoic Ocean, and drop one word in the comments: guarded, clear, or listening. It helps me know you are building boundaries, not walls. Sign 4. Escalating aggression. The fourth deadly sign, and one of the most horrifyingly overlooked, is something I call calculated escalation. Before we go further, anchor your body for a second. Unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders. Take one slow breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. You can learn hard truths without leaving your nervous system behind. That is part of Stoic training too. Calm is not weakness. Calm is control. When someone harbors intentions that go beyond hatred, they rarely start with violence. Instead, they test the waters gradually, conditioning you to tolerate behavior that grows darker and more threatening over time. It often begins with subtle aggression, offhand jokes that mask disturbing undertones, comments like, "I could kill you right now," followed by a laugh, or casual mentions of violence meant to seem humorous or edgy. But make no mistake, these are not just tasteless remarks. They are deliberate probes designed to measure your fear and your boundaries. Let me tell you about a case that still sends chills through seasoned investigators. In 2016, a young woman named Leah moved into a new apartment complex after starting her first job out of college. There she met Adam, a neighbor who seemed a bit awkward but friendly enough. Over time, Adam started hanging around more often, offering help with groceries, joining her on elevator rides, asking oddly specific questions about her routines. Then one day, at a small building cookout, he made a comment that seemed bizarre but not threatening. He joked that he would make a perfect killer because he knew how to get rid of evidence. Everyone laughed it off. Leah, a bit unsettled, shrugged it away, but things began to shift. Adam started getting physically closer, too close. He would appear in hallways at the exact time she left for work, brushing past her shoulder with no apology. He once blocked her apartment door under the pretense of needing to talk. Then came the incident that changed everything. One evening, Leah found a hunting knife laid neatly on her doormat. No note, no explanation, just the weapon. When she reported it, the authorities initially dismissed it as a prank. But Leah did not. She installed a camera outside her door, changed her locks, and began documenting every interaction. Within a month, footage revealed Adam trying to pick her lock at 2 a.m., wearing gloves and holding what looked like a black duffel bag. He was arrested, and it was later discovered that he had a detailed journal mapping Leah's movements, favorite places, and a timeline labeled execution window. If your stomach turned on that line, good. That is your humanity speaking. And if you are thinking, but my situation is not that extreme, I hear you. Still take the principle. Escalation is a ladder. You do not wait until the top rung to admit you are climbing. You notice the first wrong step. You notice the joke that keeps returning. You notice the boundary that keeps bending. You notice the way someone watches your reaction more than your words. You notice the way conflict appears around you like weather, but only when certain people are nearby. In daily life, escalation can also look like digital pressure. Someone who sends too many messages when you pull back. Someone who shows up when you said you needed space. Someone who makes you feel watched in your own online spaces. It does not have to be cinematic to be serious. Serious is the point where your safety stops being hypothetical. If you are a parent watching this, translate it age appropriately, but do translate it. Kids need language for weird kindness, for adults who break rules, for secrets that feel like loyalty tests. If you are a teenager watching this, tell someone safe if your gut is screaming. Your future self is not ashamed of caution. If you are older and think you are too smart to be fooled, remember, smart people get targeted too, because they over-explain and under-protect. This is the terrifying truth. Violent individuals often begin with harmless behavior to desensitize you. What seems like a joke or an accidental shove is often part of a larger psychological script. The Stoics warned that we must train our minds to anticipate evil, not in fear, but in awareness. Awareness is not the same as expecting the worst from everyone. Awareness is staying awake enough to notice a pattern. Seneca said, "He who is forewarned is forearmed." Forearmed does not mean armed with rage. It means armed with a plan, with support, with boundaries, with evidence. So if someone in your life regularly crosses the line and laughs it off, pay attention. If their jokes are laced with threats, if they increasingly test your physical space, or if they seem to be studying your reactions instead of connecting with you, that is not a personality quirk. That is a red flag, and ignoring it could cost you more than peace of mind. It could cost you your life. Let me say the quiet part out loud. Escalation does not always look like Hollywood. Sometimes it looks like a joke that keeps returning. Sometimes it looks like someone accidentally bumping you again and again. Sometimes it looks like a person who gets oddly interested in your fear, your sleep, your health, your safety habits. They are not curious because they care. They are measuring where you flinch. If you have ever tried to explain this to someone else, you know the dismissal. He is just awkward. She is just intense. They did not mean it like that. That dismissal is not proof you are wrong. It is proof that people hate carrying discomfort, so they shrink your reality to fit their calm. A Stoic does not demand that the whole world agrees. A Stoic demands that you stop bargaining with your own alarm system. You can be calm and still take a threat seriously. Those two things are not opposites. Calm is the steering wheel. Seriousness is the brake. You need both. Also, do not confuse forgiveness with proximity. You can forgive someone in your heart and still never give them another key to your building. Forgiveness is inner work. Access is a contract. Break the contract when the behavior breaks trust. Stay with me. We are going into the fifth sign next, and it is the one people rationalize the most, because it looks like patience, not danger. Sign 5. The patient predator. Now we arrive at the fifth sign, and without question the most dangerous sign that someone may want you dead. The patient predator. This is not the person who lashes out in anger, who leaves obvious threats or behaves erratically. No, this is the coldest kind of enemy, the one who hides behind time. Their strength is not violence, it is patience. These individuals do not seek quick revenge or heated confrontation. They play what Stoic philosophers would call the long game, a game where every move is calculated, rehearsed, and timed to perfection. They can wait months, even years, for just the right moment. And by then, most people have already let their guard down completely. That is why this sign is so psychologically brutal. It rewards your patience with betrayal. It rewards your loyalty with positioning. It rewards your explanations with more data about you. The patient predator does not need you to be bad. They need you to be predictable. Predictability is easier to intercept. So if someone in your life seems oddly comfortable waiting, oddly comfortable with long timelines, oddly comfortable with your slow trust, ask whether they are respecting your pace or simply outlasting your caution. What makes them terrifying is not what they do. It is how normal they seem. They do not raise alarms. They raise trust. They ask about your future plans not out of care, but out of strategy. They want to know when you will be out of town, when you will be moving, when you will be alone. Every conversation is data collection. Every favor they do is another thread in a net. Every connection they build is part of creating a false sense of security. If you notice someone keeping score with favors, notice whether the favor creates freedom for you or obligation toward them. Healthy favors loosen life. Controlling favors tighten it. They might be your dependable co-worker, your neighbor who waters your plants, or the friend who remembers your birthday better than your own family. But beneath that calm exterior is a person rehearsing the perfect betrayal. The Stoics, especially Epictetus, warned that our greatest threat is not what we see. It is what we overlook while we assume the world is operating on fairness. He would say, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. But when you are dealing with someone who wears a perfect mask, what you see is crafted to deceive. Their life is a performance. Their kindness is bait. The scariest part is this. These people rarely make mistakes. They wait for your mistake. For the one moment when your routine breaks, when your support system thins, when your defenses drop, that is when they strike. And because you trusted them, you never saw it coming. If you want a simple way to think about it, imagine chess played in silence across seasons. You are living day to day. They are thinking 10 moves ahead. You are trying to be fair. They are trying to be positioned. That does not mean you become cruel. It means you become awake. So what can you do? Be slow to hand out deep trust, especially to those who seem to accelerate closeness without reason. Guard your plans. Keep your boundaries sacred. You can still be kind, but do not confuse kindness with blind access. The Stoic in you must stay awake, even when nothing seems wrong, especially when nothing seems wrong. And here is a practical frame you can use this week without turning your life into a thriller movie. First, pick one boundary you have been too shy to enforce. Silence is not rude when safety is on the line. Second, choose 2 people who have earned the old version of your trust and let them be your reality check when your gut whispers. Third, document what you already know is weird. Not because you want drama, because clarity is kindness to your future self. Fourth, reduce accidental exposure. Less performance online, less oversharing in mixed company, more intention about who gets the map of your day. Stoic Ocean is not about cynicism. It is about courage with a cool head. If you are still here, you are already doing the hard part. You are willing to look at what polite culture tells you to ignore. That willingness is the beginning of wisdom. Let me slow down and say this plainly, because the internet loves speed, but your safety loves clarity. If you are in a situation where you are unsure, you do not need a perfect label. You do not need to win a courtroom sentence in your head. You need a plan that respects reality. A plan can be small. It can be telling one trusted person the full timeline. It can be changing a routine that someone has been mirroring. It can be locking down information you used to offer for free. It can be calling a professional, a hotline, a counselor, a lawyer, depending on what you are facing. Stoicism is not DIY danger. Stoicism is moral courage plus intelligent action. Sometimes the most stoic thing you can do is stop debating and start protecting. Another trap is the shame spiral. You might think, I should have seen it sooner, but manipulation is designed to be invisible until it is not. Self-blame is another way the predator keeps rent in your head. Replace shame with instruction. What did you learn? What will you do differently next time? What support will you actually use? Also, watch for the nice evidence problem. People say, but they helped me once. Predators can help. Help can be part of the script. Consistency matters more than one good afternoon. Pattern beats performance. And if your body tightens around someone, if your sleep changes, if your focus fractures, do not let a clever sentence talk you out of a nervous system. Your body is older than language. It remembers danger before your pride does. One more thing about the patient predator. They often reward your patience with more testing. They want you confused, tired, and socially isolated. So rebuild your world in small, boring, reliable ways. Eat on time. Sleep on time. Talk to someone sane. Walk outside. These are not soft suggestions, they are stabilization. A stabilized mind makes better decisions, and better decisions are how you walk out of a slow trap. Community matters here, so say it clearly. You are not meant to do this alone in your head. Isolation is where fear grows loudest. Connection is where reality gets tested. Tell one person who has earned it. If you have no one, start with a professional listener. There is no prize for suffering in silence. Stoicism honors endurance, but not self-abandonment. Endurance without strategy is just slow harm. If you want, use this as a checkpoint sentence. I am allowed to protect my life without proving evil, like a movie. You do not owe anyone a cinematic confession. You owe yourself a future. Let me add one more grounded truth, because Stoic Ocean is not here to leave you wired. Fear is not the goal. Clarity is the goal. Fear is sometimes just your body catching up to what your mind delayed. After clarity, you want calm execution. Calm execution can look like paperwork. It can look like a therapist. It can look like a landlord conversation. It can look like a new phone number. It can look like telling your boss enough truth to protect your schedule. None of that is drama. That is adult defense. Also, do not let the internet convince you that every uncomfortable person is a predator. Most people are messy, not malicious. That is why we use patterns, not vibes alone. We look for repetition, escalation, isolation, and access. We look for your safety getting smaller over time. If your safety is shrinking, that is not a personality clash. That is a direction. And direction matters more than intention speeches. If you are a naturally forgiving person, listen closely. Forgiveness does not mean access. Forgiveness does not mean silence. Forgiveness does not mean pretending the pattern is not real. You can pray for someone and still lock the door. Those are not contradictions. They are maturity. If you are thinking this sounds heavy, It is heavy because the topic is heavy, but heavy does not mean hopeless. Heavy means you take your life seriously. You take your peace seriously. You take your time seriously. That seriousness is what separates a Stoic from a fool. A fool ignores warnings until the cost is paid. A Stoic respects warnings early enough to choose a better path. You are allowed to choose a better path, even if it disappoints someone who benefited from your old path. Disappointment is not disaster. Disaster is what happens when you keep paying for someone else's hunger. Hold your standards. Hold your boundaries. Hold your right to walk away from what shrinks you. Finally, remember why Stoicism pairs with this topic at all. The ancients lived in a world full of power games. They were not naive. They still chose virtue. Virtue here means courage, justice, wisdom, and self-control. Courage to see. Justice to protect the innocent, including you. Wisdom to tell noise from signal. Self-control to avoid feeding the theater. You are not building paranoia. You are building a life that is not easy to destroy. If you want a closing practice for tonight, write down 3 boundaries you will keep this week. Write down 1 person you will tell the truth to. Write down 1 habit you will return to. Sleep, food, sunlight, movement. Small steps are not small when your life is the topic. Small steps are how you take back ground. Now let's be brutally honest. If any of these 5 signs have made someone come to mind, do not brush it off. Do not convince yourself you are overreacting, because if you have seen the silent observer, the saboteur, the false friend, the escalating aggressor, or the patient predator in your life, you are not just dealing with negativity. You are potentially standing in the crosshairs of something much darker. So before this video ends, do 2 things. Save it, because you may need to revisit these signs when your instincts start whispering again. And second, watch the next video on spotting covert narcissists, because these 5 deadly tactics often walk hand in hand with deeply manipulative personality types. Remember, knowledge is your first shield, but action is what keeps you alive. Stay sharp, stay guarded, and above all else, stay alive. If you made it through all 5 signs, you now have language for what used to feel like a fog. Language is not drama. Language is a map. Use the map carefully, not cruelly. Use it to protect, not to punish innocent people. Use it to see patterns, not to label everyone as evil. Let's be real. If your gut has been whispering something is not right, this video probably just handed you the confirmation you did not want, but seriously needed. These 5 signs, they are not about drama. They are about survival. Because someone who just hates you will roll their eyes, but someone who wants you gone, they study, sabotage, smile, escalate, and wait. That is not petty. That is predatory. If you rewind the whole video in your head, you will notice one theme repeating. Dangerous people do not always announce themselves. They often audition as normal. They borrow trust instead of earning it. They weaponize your politeness. They turn your community into a jury. They test your fear in small doses. They wait until you are tired. If you are tired right now, that does not mean you are broken. It means you have been carrying too much alone. Rest is not betrayal of your strength. Rest is how strength returns. So the Stoic answer is not to become cold. It is to become precise. Precision is kindness toward your future. Precision is how you love people without lying to yourself. And if you are someone who has survived something like this already, you might feel tired hearing it again. I get it. But repetition is how you rebuild a nervous system. You remind yourself what you know until your actions match what you know. That is not weakness, that is integration. If you need a mantra, try this one. I can be kind and still be safe. I can be calm and still say no. I can be strong and still ask for help. Those sentences are not poetry. They are instructions. Say them until your body believes them. So if one particular nice person suddenly popped into your head while watching this, Do not ignore that. Your instincts exist for a reason. As the old saying goes, the devil does not come dressed in horns. He comes wrapped in everything you ever wanted to trust. If this hit a little too close to home, do two things right now. Subscribe to Stoic Ocean so you are always one step ahead of the game. And share this with someone who might be in the dark, because knowledge is your first line of defense, but sharing it might save someone else's life too. If you are not ready to share with a person you know, share it with yourself honestly. Honesty is where protection starts. Leave a comment if you want part 2 broken down slower, or if you want a follow-up on boundaries without burning bridges. If this episode helped you name what you were sensing, share it with someone who needs language, not fear. Language turns confusion into steps. Steps turn panic into movement. Stay sharp, stay safe, and remember, it is not paranoia if they are actually planning your downfall. Trust wisely, and I will see you in the next one. One last reminder before you go. You are not weak for needing clarity. You are not dramatic for naming a pattern. You are not broken for feeling uneasy around someone charming. You are human, and you are learning. Stoic Ocean will keep returning to these themes because the world keeps testing them and because your peace is worth building like a skill. Keep your notes. Keep your people. Keep your courage. Thank you for spending this time with Stoic Ocean. Your attention is valuable. Use it to build a life that feels safe on the inside, not just peaceful on the outside. Peace on the outside can hide chaos on the inside. Safety is when your inside and your outside start telling the same story.